Good evening, this is News Mongolia. I'm Satlong Hortz in the MNB World studio. For our top stories, citizens arriving from abroad are to isolate themselves for 10 days and take a PCR test on the 4th day. Around 600 civil services have been digitalized. On Wednesday, Mongolia records 125 imported cases of COVID-19. For other news, stay tuned. In order to prevent the new Omicron variant spreading in the country, people arriving from abroad should be put into isolation. Currently, people entering the country from international flights take rapid tests and are advised to isolate for 10 days. However, many are not following those instructions.
Until the new year, about 8,000 people are scheduled to arrive in Mongolia on around 30 flights. These days, when the Omicron variant has been confirmed in over 90 countries, it is crucial to take heightened measures in checking citizens who are coming from abroad. People that take a PCR test on the 4th day after their arrival and then are advised to isolate at home for 10 days is considered inefficient.
Unfortunately, people who arrive on flights are known to be going out on their first day and will be avoiding PCR tests. That's why we are discussing whether to enforce mandatory isolation venues. Groups of tourists and travelers are considered the highest risk of spreading COVID-19.
The new Omicron variant has been proven to spread faster than any other variants. Although the variant is commonly understood to cause milder symptoms, it is still far too early to take the variant lightly, as there haven't been enough studies made yet.
The Omicron variant is known to multiply quickly in the body. A patient can grow the virus in their sinus, and when they sneeze, it can send lots of contagious pathogens into the air. People have the conception that the variant only causes mild illness. However, it's still unknown how dangerous it could affect the elderly or children who have had no doses of any COVID-19 vaccine. So we should all be very responsible in protecting ourselves from the virus.
Experts advise people to get booster shots in order to protect themselves from COVID-19 variants.
Mongolia is aiming to become a digital nation, and major actions are being taken. As part of the initiative, e-Mongolia, a governmental online system, was launched in 2020. As of today, around 600 civil services have been digitalized and are being delivered online. On December 21st, Tuesday, the Communications and Information Technology Authority held a press briefing to summarize their 2021 activities and introduce their 2022 plan. The e-Mongolia application, which is currently being run by the authority, is one of the major innovations in Mongolia's transition into digital. The Communication Authority reported that around 600 civil services from 59 governmental organizations were turned online by the end of 2021. The most demanding civil services, such as an ID card reference, proof of address, and marriage reference, are now able to be printed out in a matter of seconds. The public is favoring the quickness and easiness of the online service. Data showed that 65 billion Mongolian tugruk were saved through this digital system. In 2022, the Communication Authority is planning to make certain upgrades to the e-Mongolia website and application. According to the plan, citizens will be able to get over 1,000 civil services of around 100 organizations. Services from the health, education, and social welfare sector will be more in focus. Also, the e-Mongolia system is aiming to reach Mongolians living abroad in 2022.
Next year, we'll focus on making the civil services accessible to Mongolians residing overseas. Also, foreigners living in Mongolia would be able to get services from the system. We will also target people with disabilities, citizens living in rural areas and in remote countryside areas. More updates and developments are currently under consideration.
Besides the capital city, 8 provinces have started digital civil services. In 2022, civil services in all 21 provinces are planned to become available online. Following the digital shift, digital literacy skills for the public are required to be developed. Especially elderly people and those who don't have much access to technology or the internet are still not accustomed to online services. The Communication Authority noted that the government will direct more attention to people living in rural areas and those with disabilities in 2022. The Ministry of Health reported that 328 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed today and 3 people have died.
The Ministry of Health today on December 22nd has reported that 328 new COVID-19 cases were detected in the past 24 hours after tests were carried out at PCR laboratories across the country. Unfortunately, 3 women with underlying health conditions died of COVID-19 complications. All new cases except 125 were confirmed domestically, out of which 119 were confirmed in Ulaanbaatar and 84 were confirmed in the provinces, and the remaining 125 cases were imported. 2,207 COVID-19 patients are being treated at hospitals nationwide. Additionally, 3,903 patients are being treated at home. Among the 2,207 COVID-19 patients being treated at hospitals nationwide, 814 are showing mild symptoms of illness and 42 are in critical condition. As of now, around 2.15 million people have had 2 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine and 27% of the population has received the booster shot so far.
Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast for the world's major cities. This is it for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.